Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for action and the first fight of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our first two contestants. Making his way to the blue corner, Oliver Childs.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to the ROC. Chris Hoekstra calling it, my main man, Dean Binhat, in attendance alongside for the ride. Dean, we're kicking it off tonight in the prelims. An excellent matchup between two outstanding gyms, the first of which is Ollie Childs from Tsunami. Ollie, 0-1, but everything to prove here tonight. Really par for the course and the type of fighters that we have, Dean.
Oliver Childs coming in brilliant shape. Looking trim there, seeing the abs there, worked really hard in the gym. A lot of cardio work, Chris.
And they're gonna need it tonight, given the matchup against Gary Taylor. Childs there getting some attention from the commission and has an all-star team behind him there at Tsunami. Old school guys in MMA. Guys like Malcolm, guys like Luke Barnett, guys like John McGuire. A lot of teammates there who have been around the block. They're gonna really be able to bring a lot to the table. We've got Ollie Childs here in the ring.
The second fighter making his way to the red corner. Please welcome Gary Taylor.
And with another excellent choice in walkout music, Gary Taylor, crossface from over there in Harrow, on the way to the ring. Shout out to some other excellent coaches like David Lee and the rest of the crew over there. Team Crossface really showing off a lot of great fundamentals for MMA. Gary Taylor, no exception, Dean.
Gary Taylor, exceptional at putting MMA together. He's really great at putting jiu-jitsu with the takedowns. He can set up the shots with the punches, so watch for that in his fight. Gary Taylor, again, trained really, really hard for this fight. A lot of strength conditioning, which is interesting because Ollie said the same to me. Let's see what happens when these two clash.
Really gonna be interesting if it hits the clinch or to the mat early. Both fighters very gifted with submissions, very gifted with control. As Gary Taylor makes his final preparations here, you can look at the cauliflower ear there, Dean. That's a sign of a hard worker.
Evident of that time spent on the mat, bit of cartilage break there, but it shows that he has spent some diligent time with his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu game.
And as he enters the ring, we'll go right back to Grant Waterman to make the official announcements.
Ladies and gentlemen, this first contest of the evening is in the Rise of Champions flyweight division. Introducing these two warriors once again. The fighter standing in the blue corner. He weighed in at 126 pounds. He represents Tsunami Gym. He is Oliver Childs. And standing across the ring in the red corner, he weighed in at 124.4 pounds. He represents Crossface Gym. He is Gary Taylor.
Let's go, Gary, everything you got, bro.
The referee in charge of action is Sam Amidi.
The third man in the ring tonight, Sam the Man Amidi. It's our first prelim of the evening. Chris Hoekstra with Dean Binhat. It's Taylor taking on Childs. Gary Taylor from Crossface Gym. Out of the red corner taking on Ollie Childs from Team Tsunami in the blue. Quick kicks from Ollie Childs to start things off, Dean.
Both the fighters gauging the distance with the kicks there, looking for a way, a nice jab.
Childs pumping that jab and finishing with the low kicks, now opting for the outside round kick, attacking the lead leg. But certainly some footwork to try and cut off the ring as predicted. How long for the shot though from Taylor?
Big punches being traded here. Both fighters on the outside, some brilliant footwork being displayed, waiting for that opportunity, the ample opportunity to get in.
And you can see, certainly as we highlighted, Taylor thinking about that. But it's Childs who captures double underhooks, very high as well. Now presses his man up against the mesh.
Taylor fighting for those underhooks there. Big bit of head movement pushed in there from Childs. He's really looking to grind the face of his opponent towards the mat and secure those double underhooks for the takedown.
And Ollie Childs taking it to his man early here in round one. Continues though to make life difficult for Gary Taylor, punishing the body. You can see him opting to swap his weight and try to destabilize him further in the clinch.
Ollie up against the cage, eats a big knee. Oh, big punch there. Big ground and pound from the top here from Childs.
And Childs absolutely ballistic there with the assault from the top position. But great control from his opponent, and Taylor, though in survival mode right now, Dean.
Taylor got clipped there. Now what he's doing a great thing of holding his opponent down. He's holding the top of the head there, and he's got the overhook on the other side. He's regaining his equilibrium, Chris. He's getting his wits about him, ready to get back into this fight.
Solid control, referee calling for action. Certainly the onus on Childs to improve his position. Possible armbar setup coming off the back from Taylor. You can see the way he's controlling that arm, the right arm of Childs.
Childs here, wire split, forcing the head through. He needs to pop his arm out. He can't force his arm through. Taylor's looking for that armbar there. See, he's putting his left leg on the hip of Childs. He's going to push around and try and swing his legs around for that armbar. Difficult up against the cage, though.
Absolutely, and Childs wary of pushing and posting on that hip. Possible triangle setup as well, but going to be a lot more difficult now that Ollie Childs is postured up. Leg drag from Childs into a thunderous right hand that nearly broke the sound barrier there, Dean.
Taylor surviving off his back here. Just missed with that punch to Childs from the top, looking for the swing of the leg. Almost a half a bullfighter pass with the overhand right coming through. He's looking to pass the guard here. Taylor can sense this. He's going perhaps for a leg lock here.
But dangerous times. Leg drag, beautiful stuff. Taylor able to secure side control, but time ran out. And certainly, Dean, it was an interesting round on multiple accounts, particularly given the fact that Ollie Childs was able to stay dominant on top throughout much of that stanza.
Childs able to get off quicker, and also when he sat in the guard, he was really active in what he wanted to do. He stuffed that knee and passed into side control, so he's thinking a couple of steps ahead because he's making Taylor think about the defense.
Round 2 of a scheduled 3 here at the Rise of Champions. And our venue slowly filling up here, Dean, but the action already at fever pitch.
Taylor's got to be thinking, I need to definitively do something here in the striking battle and stop the ground game of Taylor. Oi! Nice kick there from Childs. Looking up to go up top with that switch kick.
Childs is quick, the way he switches those hips, Dean. And there wasn't a ton of telegraphing there aside from the stance swap. Check hook from Taylor.
Childs on the outside, gauging the distance beautifully with his lead hand. He's able to distinguish when he can throw a kick safely, Chris, just like there. He threw that kick and he got out of striking range, the counter range of Taylor.
And Childs' corner continuing to give the advice of keep him moving back towards the cage, keep him moving back towards the fence. On the flip side, though, Gary Taylor's corner, aware of where round 1 left his camp on the scorecards and urging him to commit, Dean.
Big knee there from Childs. He likes to do that to soften up an opponent, and it gives him an opportunity to get those deep double underhooks and work for the takedown.
And Childs back where he was early in round 1 here, certainly much to the disappointment of the Taylor camp.
Taylor doing a good job of hand fighting there, looking to get his knees in, getting his balance. Oh, Childs nearly got him down there. Brilliant stuff by Taylor. Excellent balance and dexterity there on his feet.
I love the way Taylor's using that right overhook and keeping the top of his right palm flush to the chest of his opponent. That allows a greater level of control there. But some good efforts from Mr. Childs to continue to try to finish this possible takedown or trip attempt. I can't quite tell which way he wants to go, but that's part of the game, isn't it, Dean? You want to keep your opponent guessing which way you'll end up taking him down against the fence.
Childs does a great job of feeling where his opponent is. It's evident of a high-level grappler. He'll feel where the opportunity is to take him down, whether it be his hips are too far, whether it be they're too close, whether he even stuffs his butt back into the cage like that. He'll adjust, and he's using the foot stomps here. It's interesting because he doesn't want Taylor to keep his center of balance. He's got a real good core stability strength there up against the cage. He wants to disrupt that.
And the battle continues here at close proximity. Both corners very vocal, both men working hard. This is definitely a pace, Dean, that despite being a little bit slow aesthetically, is certainly taxing in the cardio department. Someone may end up really having to take advantage as the oxygen debt sets in.
It's an unwritten story in MMA. People see this fighting up against the cage with some big, oh, there's a big hook there from Childs. Oh, body kick there by Childs. Beautiful stuff. Taylor really needs to start checking, keeping his hands up, stopping these powerful punches and kicks. Big knee there on the inside.
And would you look at the chin of Taylor, been tagged multiple times there. Childs, though, breathing heavily out of his mouth. As you said, it's that unwritten story in MMA. When you're in those positions, it literally can suck the life out of you. The adrenaline's pumping, you're jockeying for position. Dean, that could have been a decisive point that may unfold to a bigger story in round 3.
It could translate into the later rounds, cardio-wise, because both of these fighters are diligently trying to impose their will. Charles trying to take Taylor down. Taylor's trying to get off there and stop the takedown. It saps so much energy and power out of your body, which translates later on, because if you haven't got enough energy to fight, that's a given, but also the power in the shots. If you take away all the creatine that's built up in your muscles there, if it disperses away and it turns into lactic acid, you're not going to be able to fight as hard or hit as powerful.
Well, the action continues here at the Rise of Champions. The clinch, a key feature of that last round. We move in to the third, coming right your way. Third and final round here in this amateur mixed martial arts bout. And a shout of urgency from David Lee and company there at Team Crossface. Big right hand lands for Taylor. Childs definitely felt that one, Dean. You could see his head snap backwards from being clipped on the button. But both men as tough as they come. Everything you want to see in a young fighter. There's no quit at all.
Gary Taylor listening to his corner in there, David Lee. He was shouting out now. He needs to go. Gary Taylor needs to do something decisive in this fight. He can't be sucked in to these grappling exchanges up against the cage where Childs has been dominating thus far.
And now here, another interesting position here. Fishing for the neck is Taylor. Childs senses that and is able to manipulate it out of jeopardy. Another possible choke attempt, but going to be difficult to finish or latch onto cleanly.
Nice knees there to soften up Childs. It's do or die for Taylor. He might go for this guillotine, opts out of it.
I like how he was holding on to the chin, Dean. That offers a greater level of manipulation when you're looking for that maneuver. And Taylor's still looking lively. Nice kick, though, from Childs. Checked with the left kick. Gary Taylor doing a great job there of defending against the kicking from Childs there the second time around.
Some nice head movement there by Taylor. Eats another body kick. He can't keep following Childs, and he's walking straight in front into these punches and kicks. He's cut Childs off
But he's
at
doing
angles. Create those angles, Chris.
He's doing a good job of at least trying to time his strikes when Childs kicks. It's a common strategy to try to punch the kicker.
Taylor here could be looking for the takedown.
Outside trip if he wants it. But Childs, very savvy in this position, as we've seen throughout rounds 1 and 2.
Childs putting his arm around there for the whizzer. He's going to look to overhook Taylor's arm to suck him up and stop the takedown. Some nice foot stomps return from Taylor.
Oh, and you can just feel those through the canvas. It's not the type of thing that's going to finish a contest, but it certainly makes it uncomfortable.
Taylor here returning some of that head pressure from Childs, but he needs to do some damage or get the decisive takedowns and perhaps trying to finish this fight. He can't afford to be in these battles where it could potentially go to a decision.
And David Lee calling for a quick possible shuck there with the right arm and trying to take his back. They've got to try to do something here to improve the position, because they're certainly not going to be able to capitalize on any sort of finish. But Childs very aware of that and knows he's more than likely 2 rounds up at this point, Dean. It's been a better round for Taylor, though.
Childs, very smart fighter, like you did to Chris. He's almost certainly, very nice turn there on the cage from Childs. He's got in his mind that he's up on the scorecards and he's able to coast it out.
While it was definitely a very tenacious performance from both athletes, Dean, and certainly a lot of it happening in the clinch, a lot of technical positional exchanges, a lot of domination from both guys at particular points, and Taylor certainly showing off what he was capable of in the third there. Your assessment on the fight?
Both these athletes came in, they gave it their all. Oliver Charles was just a bit better in the grappling game, a bit more dominant and controlling. Taylor couldn't get off on the shots, and he was following Charles around and walking into the punches and kicks.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we announce the decision, give these two first-timers a cracking round of applause. What a war to start off the evening. Well done, guys. But after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. And we have a unanimous decision in favour of your winner from the blue corner, Oliver Childs. Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for a gun runner-up, Gary Taylor.